Today I'll be doing something a little bit different. This is going to be a review of the Transformers Henkei Optimus Prime, or Convoy, I guess would be more appropriate in this review. Before I talk about him, though, I'm going to say this is sort of special for me because this is the figure that really brought me back into the world of Transformers after about a 10-year hiatus. So, long story short, last year I hit up an expo with a couple friends, and I just thought, I'll buy an Optimus figure. And I was presented with this one, and the Classics one, and I can't really remember. But anyways, it came down to these two, and I picked this one just because I just thought it looked amazing. And after bringing this one home, that's when I started going back out and looking and hitting up websites like TFW 2005 and just keeping up with the news on Transformers. So to me, this is a really, what brought me back into the world of Transformers. Uh, Now, let's get to the figure. Clearly, you can tell because of the front chrome grille, this is the Henkei version. Uh, Being presented with the classics and the Henkei version, I chose to go with this one mainly because not because of the chrome or the metallic or anything, but the classics one had too much yellow. It didn't have too much yellow in the vehicle mold, but it had too much yellow in the robot mode, and that's what ultimately drove me to get this one. When it comes to Chrome, I really don't. I don't hate it, but I really don't care for it. It actually only works for me on a figure by figure basis. And in the case of Optimus Prime, I think the way it was implemented is perfect. Chrome just on the front grille and the front bumper. Really, the only place you'd probably want it on Optimus, right? And it looks beautiful. I mean, just stunning. It really makes this figure seem more realistic. I mean, and then other things about this. First of all, it is a reimagining of the G1 Optimus Prime, and you can tell that immediately because he has this top piece. This, I guess it's a wind vane. I'm not really too sure. If you took it off, then he looks more like his original self, but then you can see his head there. So I guess it serves a purpose, make him a bit different, and hide his head. Again, we'll checking out these wheels. Very, very good looking wheels. Nice black tires, good silver paint. But I mean, like, of course, you would expect that this is the Takara Tomy mold, and they always fix and make everything look beautiful. Nice silver paint on the side, nice red, very beautiful color red. The Again, the classics had too much yellow. This has just enough. Only where you need it. The top spotlights there, and the front headlights here. This beautiful clear window, and if you look very carefully, I don't know if I can show it, but there are seats in there. Fake seats, but I mean, they put them in there, and you didn't need to do that, but they did, and it's awesome. And that's one of the great things about this mold. So all around, I mean, rolls very good. All six wheels touch, perfect, perfect. Underside, again, very beautiful. Mostly filled in. You couldn't really tell it's a robot. Just amazing all around. The only thing I kind of wish is that he had a cab, sort of trailer cab. I do know Fans Project makes that G3 trailer. Actually, I'm not even sure if Hasbro does make an official trailer. Someone link me to it because I'll probably buy it. Not that I don't like third party add-ons. It's just I'm one of those people who likes to have the official things. I know it's weird, and you know what? Even if the third party add-on is the better choice, I do like the official items. But anyways, let's get him transformed and see what he's about. So first thing you want to do is you want to take his smokestacks, pop them off, and these transform themselves. What you want to do is pull these out and on both sides, and then fold them together, and then take this tab here and push it out, and it becomes a gun, and a very good looking gun. Same thing here with his whole weather vane thing. Just take it out, and what you want to do, this transforms as well. I mean, there you go. Just pop that down, open this up, and it becomes sort of his, I think it's called like a plasma blast or something. Very cool though. I like how with this figure, everything that pops off is implemented into something else. You know, it's not just like a piece that stays away. It transforms, and each of these have their own transformation, and they become a very solid looking weapon. Okay, so now to the actual figure. Transformation of Optimus himself isn't that hard. Um, it's actually pretty simple. I mean, not as simple as most Optimuses, but it's very it's good. It does what it needs to do basically. So you saw I just pulled those back, and you pop them up, just his legs like that. Very reminiscent of every Prime figure. His feet obviously pop out like that, and then just flip up his knee guards. For the top, what you want to do here is open this up. Just move this camera so you guys can see. Just open that up. And here, just want to fold this down first. Pop up the head. Put it back into place. Fold that together, and head pops down. With the bumper cab extension, you want to just fold it in, and then just his top half, you want to rotate all the way around, just like that. And already you can see he's, for the most part, transformed. His arms are the last thing you want to get to. What you want to do is flip out the fist and fold these around, and then turn these up, just like that. And there you have the Henkei Optimus Prime. He is a Voyager size figure, so he's a good size, very good size. I mean, just looking at him, he really does evoke what Optimus looks like. A very good reimagining of Optimus. Everything is wonderful on this. Everything from having the windows of the cab still as his chest. Somehow he's got another grill there. It's a bit different. It's a metallic painted grill here. I do kind of wish they could have somehow implemented this, but I see why they didn't. It would be too big. It'd be far too big to put that there. And you know what? I like the fact that it's not chrome. Because if it was just chrome there, that would have looked kind of funny. I like how they used silver metallic paint that even matches up with his legs. Again, colors, beautiful. The red is just stunning. Same with the blue of his legs and his fists. He's got two Autobot symbols, one on each shoulder, just looking great. And his head sculpt, very, very Optimus looking head sculpt. It's not too different from the original Optimus, but it's not too much the same that it just looks like a... It's a good reimagining. He's got blue light piping, which it isn't the best light piping, but it's there, and that's what counts. The only thing this figure I think is missing is some sort of implementation of the Matrix in his chest. That for me would have really set it off, but it's okay. I mean, this figure is good enough as it is that I believe it's okay without it. One thing though I would like to mention is that I do not like, or I'm not a very big fan of his arms are great, but I just don't like how these panels are stuck here. It really adds too much bulk to his arms, and honestly, I almost want to just somehow unscrew them off, because usually this kind of just displays in robot mode. I just want to take them off. But again, a little sacrifice that to be made. Both his weapons can mount into his hands, just like this, and so he can have some dual wielding action. Just very, very, very cool all around. He looks pretty awesome like that. However, because his weapons are huge and because of his giant forearm kibble bits, they really kind of take away from his hands and you don't really see them. And for me, it adds too much. So I usually just like to take this gun off, just have him hit the one, and this other one, there's just the hole there. I just kind of store it in there. Kind of flip this up and store it in there. And just leave it like that. One thing you also notice is that he doesn't really have a backpack, and you know what? I love it when robots don't have that much of a backpack. Sure, there's a little bit going on there, but for the most part, it's good. But anyways, we'll just leave that there. Again, this gun, very nice. I do wish though it kind of resembled more of the G1 Blaster, but seeing as how this is a reimagining, I mean, first of all, he doesn't have the smokestacks on his shoulders anymore. It's okay, but everything about this figure, I know I kind of like as I'm going through this, I'm kind of saying how I wish there were changes to it, but overall, I do love it, and if I know it's a reimagining of the original figure, but it just reminds me so much of what, or it just looks like what Optimus should look like for some reason, and I am loving everything about it. Um, quick size comparison, just so you guys see what this guy's like. I'll put him up against another figure that I really do like as well, and it is his animated counterpart, the Wingblade Prime. And you can see Wingblade Prime is bigger. I mean, they're both Voyager class, but Wingblade Prime is bigger. Uh, however, I still do like the Henkei Prime much more. He does it for me. Usually, this is the guy that's on my computer desk with me all the time. The one that I fiddle around with the most. But yeah, just overall a great figure. If you can still find him, definitely pick this up. This is my #1 recommendation. I still think it's one of the best Transformers ever produced. Maybe it's because I'm just an Optimus fanboy or something. I mean, after all, he is my favorite character. I have noted before that I do love the War for Cybertron Optimus, but this one just inches out just a little bit to be, the Transformer that's for me. Uh, you can probably really tell I love this guy. Just go out, pick him up. You'll probably have no disappointments. Definitely a great figure. Anyways, thanks for watching, and maybe I'll pull off something other random from my shelf that I think deserves a review. Otherwise, just come back, and I've got the other Reveal the Shield figures, the G2 Prime and the Perceptor, the re-release of Bumblebee and Wreck-Gar sitting in a box right now beside me, and I'll get to those reviews as soon as I can. Anyways, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.